Today, I'm reviewing Rave by Vibe Bag Company. Let's go ahead and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slow side. This is the same slow side material you find on the slow side of the Lucky Bags Pro Sniper, the slow side of the BG Witcher, the slow side of the CBC Phoenix. I call it a 6-speed. Brand new, it plays a little quicker, 6.5, maybe even 7-speed. But as it breaks down, softens up a little bit, and you get to, but that 6-speed stays there for most players. It is a material you can manipulate. So if you want to play a little slower, rough it up, get it really dirty, kind of throw outdoors, rough surfaces, get it dirty, don't clean it, get kind of that sweat and grime and dirt in there. It'll slow down. You can get it down to a 5-ish speed or so. So if you want this material to have a little more control, really beat it up, get it worn down, it'll play slower. But for most players who play indoors, clean surfaces, pitch pads, so forth like that, and you keep it fairly clean, it's going to play about a 6-speed once it's broken. It is a versatile material in that you can run bags in the hole with it. It's very hole friendly for the control you get, but you have the ability to throw blockers up there and play a little bit of a dirty style game if you want to. So it has some versatility. 6-speed, so these Raves. Fast side, this is the same fast side that you find on the fast side of the Brotherhood Guardian X, the True Cornhole Trimmer XD, the Big Mac bags, whatever. It's a 9-speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers all the way up to the hole. So you get a level 2, level 3, even a level 4 blocker. You can push this fast side, push it all the way up and into the hole. It's great for bullying bags out of the way, or kind of, dealing with congestion around the hole, blowing up piles, sneaking in, kind of in between tight spots. It'll slip in really well. So 9-speed on the fast side here, 6-speed on the slow side for these Raves. Template wise, medium template bag. It has a medium amount of fill, which means it doesn't have too much flop to it. It has some flop, but not overly floppy at all. It really falls right in that sweet spot, kind of right in that middle for the fullness and the fill. So most players, if you like a floppy bag or you like a full bag, either way you can pick these Raves up, and I think they'll feel comfortable to you in your hand, and you can throw them and have success with them. The fill in here is a mixed fill. I love the fill that Vibe puts in this bag. It has just enough movement and action. You can still shot shape with it, but still has that forgiveness. So it's not going to punish you if you don't throw flat. If you don't have the flattest of bags, these Raves have very little kick to them, very little movement, which means you don't throw flat. You don't have to worry too much about throwing flat or getting your bag perfect. It's not going to punish you with it. It means you can kind of get away with mistakes. It's a bag that'll make you look better than what you are. There's enough flop here for that forgiveness. One, on the landing, right? It has that forgiveness, kind of softens that landing up, so again, takes that kick out, but also has enough flop that it'll grab that hole. Really very forgiving on the hole, so you can get that corner dip in, hook the lip of the hole, pull the bags, kind of grab the bags, pull them around, and drip them right back in. Because this slow side is pretty hole friendly, fast side extremely hole friendly. You get that bag up and you hook that lip, it's probably going to melt in, or if it sits there, the next bag coming out hits it, going to take it in for you. So definitely a forgiving bag around the hole. It's a bag that's really going to help you if you're struggling with consistency or you're missing your mark a little bit. It's one of those bags that really makes you look like a better player. I love bags like this. I love throwing this. This is the type of bag I like to throw, because even when I'm not perfect, even when I make a mistake, the bag will still sometimes go in the hole, and it makes it look like I did what I was supposed to do and I didn't do it. So love bags that do that for me. These Raves are ACO stamps. Who play on the ACO, you can throw these. Let's go ahead and jump in, talk more about playability on this. And as I mentioned, it is a versatile bag. It's a bag that does a little bit of everything. But for me, if I'm pulling these Raves out, I'm really looking more to play. I'm looking to play more of a hole runner style game. I just want to put bags in the hole. Put as many bags as I can. Put my 4 bags in, get my 12 points, and just kind of outscore my opponent from round to round. Make them try to keep up with me. That's where I think these Raves excel. You do have the ability, as I mentioned, to throw blockers up there, and they do a really good job with the blocker. The bag is big enough that if you put a blocker there, it takes up enough real estate that it's going to make your opponent have to kind of work to get around it, or they'll have to push through it. So it's definitely a nice blocker you can throw up there. And collectability on these bags, because they're not loose, floppy, when you come down to collect them, you're just clipping the corner. They're not really going to smash up or accordion up, so you can get more aggressive if you throw that blocker more on your opponent's side, leave the ability for you to step out and kind of sneak around it on your lane. And your last bag, if you come down, if your opponent hasn't collected it for you, you can come down and clip that corner, take it in. It doesn't take much. Like I said, because the bags are hole friendly, you just get it started. That bag's going to fall in for you, no problem. So definitely a very collectible bag, which gives you confidence to throw those blockers when you need to. Put that bag up there, put it where you need to put it, and you know you can go get it if you need to. You do have the shot shaping capabilities with this bag, so if you do get too aggressive with that blocker too far over in your opponent's lane, or they bully it further out of the way, you have the ability to come through with that cut, kind of grab that bag, pull it back into play, or take it in the hole for you. So you do have shot shaping with this bag, which also means it's great for if you're playing against an opponent who throws a dirty style game and they're putting blockers up there every round and you're just trying to run bags. They put a blocker up there. You've got the ability to cut, roll or flop, whatever, get around and go over their bag, leave their blocker there, make them work for it. I see it all the time, right? If your opponent throws a blocker and you just keep pushing through it, you're doing their job for you. If as a player who's throwing a dirty style play, who likes to play dirty style gameplay, I love it when my opponent's pushing blockers in for me. I'll throw blockers all day long, let them push, and eventually they're going to make a mistake and miss, right? And typically when you're trying to push a blocker and you miss, the blocker bag goes in, it's the push bag that goes off. So their bag misses, mine goes in, I score points. If I get an opponent who's doing that, I'm going to keep putting blockers and make them do the work for me. On the other hand, if I throw blockers up there and my opponent is leaving them and they're still putting bags in the hole and I have to go grab that bag and bring it back into play, and I start making mistakes and I start missing and giving them points, I eventually stop throwing that block, or I'll move it back in the middle. So, right, if I'm throwing that blocker more on my opponent's side and they're going over it, or cutting around it or whatever, and I'm having a hard time collecting and bringing it back into play, I'm gonna start throwing a blocker more in the middle or more to my side where it's easy for me to collect, but that leaves an open lane for my opponent to get around. So if you're playing against an opponent who throws blockers, who plays dirty style, a bag like these Raves are great because you can get around their bag, you can leave that blocker and make them work to collect it. As I mentioned, the shot shaping is there for it. And if you're average to advanced or elite in shot shaping, you'll have no problem with these Raves here. Definitely a bag that gives you options to deal with whatever style of gameplay your opponent is playing. Also gives you some options to kind of change and mix and match your gameplay. It makes it a good bag too for blind draws. Sometimes in blind draws or switches where you get random partners, sometimes you get that partner who just flat refuses to throw carpet or any kind of hybrid material. Maybe that's the type of player you are. Maybe you love throwing carpet. Maybe you love throwing these hybrid material bags and you get a partner who just refuses to do that. You pull these Raves out and they'll throw them. They'll love to throw them. And a fastback thrower is going to love this. They'll have no problem with it whatsoever. But you still have that control. You still have the ability to shot shape, do what you want, play a little bit of dirty style games. But as I said, for me, this is a bag I pull out when I want to run bags in the hole. So if I get an opponent who I know struggles to run bags, I know that they're going to have a hard time keeping up with me, I'm going to pull his Raves out and I'm just going to put every bag in the hole and make them work to keep up or make them try to find ways to stop me. And it's really hard to do that with a bag like this because it has so many options, so many ways to get the bag in the hole that it's going to be hard for your opponent to get in your way and kind of keep you from doing that. So fun bag to throw. Highly recommend you guys checking them out. I think a lot of you, if you pick this bag up, you're going to love the way it feels and you're going to fall in love with the way it plays just like I have. So definitely check out these Raves. That leads me into availability, and Vibe has a website. It's vibebagco.com. As always, there's a link down in the description for you guys to click on. Bags are $100 for a set, and it was $12.55, I think, shipping. So just under $113 shipped to you. That's at the mid price point, but at the upper end of that mid price point for me, especially for ACO stamp bags. But high quality bags, they're well worth it. You're getting your money's worth with these bags. And as I said, I think if you get a set of these bags, you're going to fall in love with them. They're kind of that sweet spot for most every player that picks them up is going to love them and is going to have fun and have success throwing these bags. If you've thrown the Raves, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing your guys' opinions. And I know a lot of you have commented to me that you love reading other people's opinions as well. So drop those comments down below. Let everybody know, me and everyone else know what you think of these Raves. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.